Changing circumstances to form habits. Why New Year's resolutions fail. Dear Amelia Emberhart, I hope all is going smoothly for you. A month ago, I began a journey toward a healthier lifestyle, a blend of eating better and establishing a consistent exercise routine. During our vacation, it felt surprisingly easy to pair daily exercise with a diet filled with fresh fruits and gourmet level fish. However, once the vacation ended, I quickly realized that my old habits were deeply ingrained and stood in the way of my goals. Breaking free from these routines was not as simple as I hoped. Through this experience, I discovered something fascinating about habits. They are not merely actions we repeat, instead, they are deeply tied to the environments and circumstances in which they are formed. This insight led me to explore the new concept of how changing circumstances can disrupt old habits and help us to build new ones. Researchers Wendy Wood, Jeffrey M. Tam, and Melissa G. Witt explored this concept in their 2005 study, Changing Circumstances Disrupting Habits. Their work discusses that habits are automatic responses tied to specific contexts, such as time, place, or even the people around us. The power of repetition and context. Our daily lives are filled with repetition. Many of our actions, from brushing our teeth to checking our phones, are habits formed in stable environments. The researchers found that nearly half of our daily activities occur almost automatically, triggered by the same locations, times, or circumstances. This regularity creates a mental link between an action and its context. For example, entering a dark room automatically prompts us to reach for the light switch. No deliberate decision required. With enough repetition, behaviors shift from conscious intention to automatic responses triggered by our cues in our environment. These cues act like switches, activating habits with little conscious effort. That is why habits often feel difficult to break. They are anchored to the stable environments we encounter every day. Even complex routines, such as how we spend our evenings or approach our mornings, are shaped by repeated exposure to consistent conditions. For instance, the smell of coffee in the morning might automatically lead you to check your phone. Over time, this pairing of contexts and action becomes second nature. The study by Wood and her colleagues underscores the immense power of the connection between repetition and context in shaping habits. Why habits persist despite good intentions and how to break the cycle. One of the most eye-opening findings in the study is how strong habits can override our intentions or goals. For example, someone may set a goal to exercise daily, but their habit of relaxing on the couch with the TV remote often takes precedence. This is a significant reason why so many New Year's resolutions fail. Our existing habits are more powerful than fleeting motivation. This phenomenon extends beyond individual goals. Shared environments can also reinforce habits. For instance, if a household has a habit of eating dinner in front of the TV, it becomes even harder for an individual to break away from that pattern. The good news is that habits can be disrupted by altering the environments and contexts that sustain them. Wood and her colleagues found that significant changes in circumstances, such as moving to a new school or starting a new job, break the automatic cues that trigger habitual behaviors. When these cues are disrupted, actions often shift to intentional control, allowing people to consciously decide their next steps. For example, Students who exercised at a new location were more likely to modify their routines. The change in environment disrupted old habits, making room for new goal-aligned behaviors. This principle explains why people often find it easier to adapt healthier routines while traveling or after moving. The familiar cues that sustain old habits are gone. Importantly, changing context does not require dramatic life changes. Small adjustments such as rearranging furniture, taking a new route for a daily walk, or scheduling activities at different times can create the disruption needed to form new habits. Habits versus intentionality, a dynamic balance. The study also highlights the interplay between habits and intentionality in guiding behavior. While habitual control is reduced, either due to disrupted cues or environmental changes, behavior becomes more reliant on intentional decision making. This shift reveals that in the absence of automatic responses, actions are more likely to align with conscious goals. While habits dominate under stable conditions, intentionality takes the lead when patterns are interrupted. The findings suggest that individuals often struggle to enact intentional change because deeply ingrained habits persist in unchanged environments. By consciously disrupting the cues that sustain these habits, individuals can shift their behavior toward intentional, goal-oriented actions. Your habit challenge, piano practice. Amelia, I challenge you to create a new piano practice habit by intentionally changing one aspect of your routine. Choose a new environment. Although our piano is in the apartment, consider altering the space slightly. Perhaps adjust the lighting or add a cozy chair nearby to create a fresh context. Set a trigger. Pair your new habit with a specific cue. For example, after school, change into comfortable clothes, signaling the start of your practice session. Keep it small and consistent. Begin with the manageable goal, such as 15 minutes of Fur Elise practice and 5 minutes of finger stretches. Repetition is key to habit building. Reflect and adjust. After a week, evaluate what worked and what did not. Adjust your routine to make it more enjoyable and sustainable. By focusing on small, consistent actions and making intentional changes to your environment, you can establish a habit that sticks. Remember, habits take time to form, but with patience and persistence, you will succeed. This is your moment. Take command and show us the path.